everyone, and welcome back to the Ironside cast. With me, Matt, here one field here on Amelie Fields on the Western Front. Let's go through the players. Representing the United States today, we have Theo, not the commanders. To the Germans today, we have Nobbygops as the Wehrmacht, not the commander either. See what happens once they start to actually encounter each other. Americans are going to start with a simple build of double riflemen, nothing too unusual there. While Germans are going for a 1-1-1 opening. Basically, they have a Pioneer, Force Grenadier, and Grenadier, so one of every basic unit here. Also to basically get their first tech-up building while still getting an infantry squad in the field. And they can also prepare their second infantry squad, which is going to be a Grenadier. Let's see how this turns out, because Americans can be pretty damn lethal in medium to close combat, thanks to all their semi-automatic weapons. Amelie Fields is a neat-looking map. One of the better looking maps, I think, for 1v1. Following this little railroad here. Gonna be a little bit before we see any proper action, I imagine. Nice and quiet. Americans are going for an early jeep, though, by the looks of it. Here's a preparing for a second Grenadier squad. Going for small long-range infantry in the later parts of the battle. First just might get fired here shortly. Possibly he's going to get spotted here by the rifleman. I need the shots are fired. Possibly still get behind cover. I don't think they won that fight. American G1 in the field here with a 30 caliber machine gun. It's because whenever it moves, there is cover around after all. They can be shot here by the Grenadiers too. So yeah, I think the G wants to back out of that fight. So far, no casualties, but that might happen or change shortly, especially against the Grenadiers here. Americans out in the open, so we might see an American go down here shortly. Yep. American rifleman down. First casualty of the fight. Both sides just gearing up and getting resources. Nothing too much is happening yet. Map so far is quite evenly split. Even more Grenadiers arrive, so we have 3 Grenadiers here in the field for the Germans. That's a lot of basic infantry at the early start, which can be useful. And they can transition into using machine guns. The LMG-42 can be pretty damn good on them. Yeah, the Force Grenadiers just providing some extra manpower here. Germans are moving somewhat up behind the haystacks and using cover, which will keep them a little bit more survivable. And at long range, they should be better combatants than the Americans. Also keeping some Grenadiers here on the flank to cover this. He's gonna try and get around here. But the Grenadiers can use anti-tank life grenades. Needs to be quick though, they've already been suppressed. Yeah, I'm not sure what that rifle grenade did. He's gonna try and get around. There are Pioneers on the flank here. There we go with a Panzerbüchse. And one shot there, takes out the engine. At least damages the engine. Also the gunner by the looks of it. The Americans have gone for command. Look, I think this is Ranger. Yeah, 10th Mountain Division, that's Ranger Company. So now we know what command the Americans have gone, and the Germans can actually pick to counter that now if they want. What counters Ranger? That's a very good question, because Ranger is quite versatile. Honestly, a lot of the American commanders are very versatile what they do in the early to mid game. It's a late game that starts to have some differences. Not all of them are that different from each other too. We do an MT-42 HMG coming out here for the Wehrmacht. Can cover a wide area if they set up correctly. We also have a 30 caliber air-cooled machine gun for the Rangers. I don't know if they'll set that up though. That's going to be somewhat important. And they're going to place this machine gun. They're going to move it back here. Also, a medic team being prepared here by the United States. Are they going to use the house? I guess the house makes sense. It doesn't cover this little angle here if they can sneak through. Although it can just change the window, but it takes a while to do that after all. Another grenadiers are starting to slowly move across here again, using the hay for cover. And we also have the Fox Grenadier. That's a lot of rifles pointing at one rifleman squad. And also rifle grenades from the grenadiers. That's actually good use of the rifle grenades. They will allow the Germans to be able to bombard infantry positions at long range, and it actually took out the squad. Really help this thing up to cover this American flank. I don't think the Germans know it's there yet. There it is. We also have an American Jeep here again. It's been ready for action now. But it's going to probably run into the MG42, which is not a fight it wants to take. As you can see right there, clearing it out in seconds. Lots of bullets. Yeah, even feels like, my Jeeps! So the Germans have successfully teched up though. I'm going for a 2-2-1. It's probably going to get up into a 2-2-2 at some point. But the German infantry is preparing for action again. Local managers from the German Wehrmacht though. They don't have to pick anything yet. The Germans can still be fairly versatile early game without a commander choice. Once they get to their vehicles, they really need to pick a commander, I feel. Of course, what's a good choice against Ranger? I honestly do not know. We have a Realism squad calling the field point down here. But the Germans are certainly going to be able to threaten somewhat. Especially with that good rifle grenade there. With Pineapple in the way of the Germans. Oh, did some good damage with the Fox Grenadiers. The Grenadiers are slowly pushing up. American Riflemen are pulling back. American Riflemen do have the BAR though. It's going to really improve their firepower. Looks like we have the 2-1 here. It's going to become a 2-2 shortly. But the Americans only have the re-echelon as with anti-tank equipment at the moment. The 2-2 can certainly cause some issues.
Keep adjusting your position. Get your heads down. They're bunching up.
It's not looking good here for the. Oh, it's actually looking fine, but now it's gonna look bad for the Americans. Suddenly, there's a 2-2 with autocannon. Not very accurate when it's moving, though, as you can see, but when it stands still, this thing can tear through infantry. Already working this structure here. They're just trying to buy time for the re-echelons to get up here with the recoilless. Take an aim. They hit. Almost destroyed the 2-2. It's gonna force the 2-2 off. But the 2-2 did survive. And I feel spun that recoilless means they really should go for the Radpanzer. Because getting 50% increased armor on the front of this thing is very vital for its survival against something like that. Meanwhile, the German infantry is prepared for action again. Several grenadiers and the Fox Grenadier. Like 40 being prepared and another takeoff for the German Wehrmacht. I got something more riflemen down here. And the re-echelon. Oh, this rifle does have very long range, as you can see. Like, a surprisingly long range. The rifle going into the fighting position of the Americans. Doesn't hit. Do have some ranges around here in a half track. And then I think the Germans will actually have some issues once the Rangers get into the fight. When the Grenadiers are getting up and around. Grenadier did some good damage there on the German infantry. American Riflemen are suffering losses still. MG42 has been equipped on a Grenadier squad. It's going to lay down a lot of firepower. It's only 50 rounds per magazine for the handheld version there, so they have to reload it very frequently. You can only fight in short bursts. The two getting some shots in here. Needs to be caught on half track with the 50 caliber. Because the 50 caliber can actually pierce the thing. Just have Radpanzer on it. But no armor for the. Oh, no cover there for the Rangers. 2-2 has to pull back. Panzer can prevent that half-track from following. Indeed it does. And that the Germans have secured the southern fuel. Giving the German Wehrmacht the overall fuel advantage. And even taking out the recoilless rifle team. That's a huge win there for the Germans. Americans are gonna have some issues here. The Germans have prepared double packs just in case. And if the Americans gonna pull out some kind of Sherman all of a sudden. Yeah, the Americans even lost the Ranger squad. That is huge. Rangers are not cheap. They're gonna see a Greyhound come out. That's not something we see very often. It's a cool little, is it a Greyhound? M8. I'll just call it the M8. I like the M8. It's a nice little armored car. We don't really see that often, though. Is it a Greyhound? Or was I thinking about something else? I thought we were thinking about the Staghound, which is a different thing. I think the Staghound is British. Anyway, it is getting upgraded armor here, which it certainly needs against the 222. It's lucky that it didn't get penetrated there by the 222. I like the turret on top of it, this thing. Neat little concept. After trying to work its way around, but they spotted the pack. They also know there's an MT-42 up here still. And well, the Grenadiers are slowly being equipped with MT-42s, which will make them very good at stationary fighting. Of course, you can't just upgrade MT-42s for every Grenadier squad with this, but that prevents them from getting any other upgrades. So, generally, I'm not a fan of this personally, as I feel sometimes you might want the utility of getting another weapon on a Grenadier squad. But it is very more manpower extensive to equip every Grenadier squad with the MT-42s, obviously. Oh, good 50 caliber shots there. See, that's the problem, not upgrading Radpanzer there on the 222. The 50 caliber machine gun can just take it out. Anyway, now it switches back to its cannon. If you can swap between the 50 caliber and the cannon on the thing. And that bunker's not going to survive, but the pack is sitting up there. Getting a good shot there, dazing the M8. Gonna force the M8 to back off. I also think the crew can leave the Greyhound, no, not the M8. And it doesn't one-shot when it has the armored skirts. Because the armored skirts gives us 33% increased health, which is just enough to survive a penetrating shot. And it's a nice little upgrade there. Without that, the M8 would have... Oh, but the rifle grenade takes it out! Oh! Yeah, without the armored skirts, the pack would have insta-killed the M8. And also, that's a tank rifle grenade. Very good there from the Germans. Getting that right in the engine block of the thing. The Americans can move up to try and take the point back, I think. More Raids have been calling it another half-track. They have double half-tracks now for the Americans, but they need to figure out where to use them. Double BAR being equipped here on these Rangers. That's going to give them a lot of firepower. The fuel point is going back into American hands. And the Wehrmacht can now get Panzers. The local man choice from the Wehrmacht, however. They might pick something soon, I'd wager. The MT-42 arriving here in the front line.
Boys, you ready to roll out? All done. Orders.
Rangers are gathering up here. Double BAR is going to give them a lot of firepower to work with. I'm going to see if they can work around here somewhere. Oh, looks like the Wehrmacht has gone for Panzerdivision. I recognize that star anyway. We're going to see heavier Panzers arriving here for the Wehrmacht, potentially. Even command tanks. Rangers are waiting about. The American AT gun has arrived. The half-track's going to do a frontal push. They're smoking there in front. That's actually very smart. Perhaps I could say now the American infantry has to move quick. It's quickly rushing up. NG42's gonna have to evac that building. That's a satchel charge, I think. Yep, very good there from the Rangers. That's right upgrade though. High upgrade in the way. And Rangers are really damn good at shots, as you can see. They get a lot of work done with those PARs. And for ages being requisitioned here by the Wehrmacht. Yeah, Ranger infantry should not be underestimated in any circumstance. They're some of the best basic infantry available in the game.
Captain just took the battlefield.
We have some other Rangers down here, and A2 Sherman is also being prepared. So lots of units already being prepared here from both sides. We're going into the tank fight soon. And yes, quickly being relocated up here. In order to use an iron will to make them more accurate. Double rifle blade. Oh, that's basically an American squad there.
We just lost a unit.
Often people don't use iron will enough. It's a really good ability. But you do get targeted more. It basically allows the German infantry to be a lot more accurate for a while. It's very good for dealing with enemy units. NG42 rushing up on this angle here. Also gets exhausted at the moment. Not sure from what. But now in against Rangers with double BARs. Oh, they do manage to suppress them though. And with a tank, I don't think the Rangers want to stay there. Yep, they're quickly running out. No more risky Rangers in that situation. A2 Sherman is on the field though. But A2 Sherman is going to have issues dealing with Panzer IV-H. And that's probably supported. Do have an 80 gun nearby. The Germans also have packs. We also have an American recon team, very smart. And also a tank hunter team has been called in. Panzer IV is pushing up here, but quickly realized this fortified position. So probably not worth it.
Be ready to give them hell. I don't want any of them walking out of this alive.
Reinforcements in. Hey, listen up. Welcome to the death factory, boys.
Both sides are still trying to figure out where they can push. Map looks even with spreads. And use the Panzer IV to wreck defenses. They could also just drive over them and then shooting. It's like wasting shells. They just drive over at that point.
Now available for pickup.
Rangers are having a 5 with Grenadiers in the center. I feel the Grenadiers should win that thanks to the MG42. Yes, the lead so far they seem to be because of the range. Once the other Ranger squad with double BARs show up, that might change. Also not American infantry squad. Just trying to apply some more pressure. American rifle going for that position. Oh, almost killing the Grenadiers. Sherman approaching down here, loading a high explosive round. NG42 position was not prepared for that. And cleared out. Americans need to use their mobility to their advantage here. And their lead infantry will be causing issues in prolonged engagements, so... But those Grenadiers are doing a really good job. NG4 just being recruited there. So far the fight is quite even. Panzer IV-H tries to push forward, loading a high explosive round. Kills one Ranger. Feels a little bit of a waste, but good enough to scare them off.
Ready. Go ahead.
I just need morphine. Enough to finish me.
What the hell am I meant to do with these recruits? Greens?
But neither side is knowing how to advance yet. Americans still have a manpower station though, so they are getting more manpower to work with. Observation post. I think the model is even ported from Company Pierce 1 actually.
Form up. Get that LMG into the
Americans are probably going to need more tanks if they want to try and do an advanced push somewhere.
Over here.
The Germans have not laid a lot of mines. Contrary to that, the Americans decided to lay mines down here, M6s. I think triggers on both tanks and infantry. Because Allies generally don't have a lot of tank mine variety, unlike the Germans. Germans have a lot of mine variety. That's the air-cooled 30 caliber sitting up. The MD-34 model, because I don't think they have a air-cooled HMD version. That's not on a vehicle. The base game.
The fuel cache is finished. Put out that
The Germans are starting to just make up their own caches, which is smart. Good time to use the lull in the fight. Oh, overpenetration there from an American 80 gun. The 57mm impresses. A 3-inch gun is also being prepared by the United States. So I said, no, 57.
AT gun ready.
No, that is a 3-inch. Okay, they're bringing the bigger guns out.
Tank ready.
Couple Grenadiers with ND-42s. That's a lot of firepower towards the Ranger squad. But the Rangers' lead status is really showing off here. They're good at using their cover. Those double BARs are getting some accurate shots in, but there's just too much fire happening now. One team coming up from the United States to help deal with these fortified German positions. The Rangers have to pull back. Big minefields that are done here by the Americans. Even setting up some anti-personnel mines, some M2s.
Mortar crew standing by for orders.
I'm all itchy on my arms today. I'm not sure why. It's a little bit annoying. Perhaps there's an allergic reaction to something. Better not be.
Go ahead. Standing by. Squad is back to
Let's drink some more of my sparkling water with citrus? What's citrus in English? Is that lime? What's just citrus? Might just be citrus. Good for my throat. Good for my health. I need to stop drinking out so much soda, so I feel sparkling water is the way to go. That's Fraser's heading to the southern flank. Might encounter Sherman shortly. So far, no penetrations. Oh, penetration there onto the Sherman. Almost actually completely immobilized due to the pack. It is actually immobilized. But the Panzer IV does not go for a kill. Doesn't want to risk it after being penetrated by the 3-inch. Neither side has been able to take the center of the railroad here yet. American mortars now doing smoke barrages? Oh, to allow the American troops to advance, the Rangers and such. Very smart. ND-42 is quickly pulling back, realizing what's going to happen. Rangers move about. Use more smoke to cover their advance. Throwing a satchel charge. And the Americans now secured the center road there.
There's a major reporting for action.
But so far, everything is kinda quiet apart from these little engagements. Neither side is able to do a very big push at the moment.
taking crowd fire.
Pretty caliber spotted pack trying to come up. That pack is in a very bad spot. They actually pointed out for each other, that's good. So far...
Looks like we're getting into the
Let's see if the Germans can try and push down here. They might run into an M6 mine though. Because I don't think the Germans realize there's a minefield prepared. An M6 mine could be the end of that Panzer IV-H. Be very careful with its movements. When it's going to turn, they actually hurt the engine. Remember, you can hear the engines. Germans are meanwhile also preparing their own mortar. On the move, it's going to hit that M6. No, not yet. Decides to pull back after that, so it doesn't actually hit the minefield.
Have a mortar team available for deployment.
Makes sense. It realized it had been spotted and had decided to pull back. Hey, well, we're going to see a Panther. A Panther is a good choice. It has more frontal armor than the Tiger, and overall it's just a very fast vehicle. But the more frontal armor than the Tiger is really going to be the main part here, I think. Sherman's going to have issues dealing with it. And it's a high velocity 76mm, so 75. 75mm. Cannon is also going to be able to pierce the Shermans just fine. Don't need to go overboard with an 88. I also think the Panther's more economical. Might be cheaper than the Tiger. In some aspects. You know, the Americans laying more mines. And the mines will be a problem for the Panther, I'm pretty sure.
Change of plans.
We're all done over here.
Again, it's going somewhat static. You see some more smoke shields now being fired from the Wehrmacht. Neither side is really willing to make the next move. Pioneers are going to try and secure the center here. Let's get about the Ladung. As the Pioneer was thrown away. That's going to destroy some of the American cover. But those Pioneers might be dying. Oh, I think they might save them, yep. And now the Panzer has arrived. And this is going to be a little bit more difficult for the Allies to deal with. At least I reckon it'd be. If the tank hunter teams get into a good position, they might be able to take it out quickly, but always difficult to say. So the Americans are just still laying mines, and it's good to see they're using a lot of them. It'll stop any German counter-assault. At least slow it down. More smoke barrage is being used. The Americans might try to push up here. Probably notice the MG4 is still around, but I don't know where. And the flare will not spot it, but if the recon team gets close enough, it will be revealed. Now with the smoke going out. Let's go now the Americans to get into position. Panther's going to reveal itself soon here. Now 3-inch has decent chance of doing good damage to the front, but it has to be lucky. You know, the Americans are getting a Jumbo Sherman, the most terribly armored American vehicle in the game, I think. Even more armored than the Pershing. High explosive round loaded here by the Panther. Probably aiming for the 3-inch. Nope, they aim for the machine gun. Hang on, the teams are on the flank. But with the machine gun gone, let's go out to German Grenadiers to start advancing. Second Panther being prepared. Oh, good 3-inch, got a critical hit there, the Panzer IV. With the second Panther, that's going to be very problematic for the Allies. Unless that Jumbo can just bounce all the shells. Which technically a Jumbo probably could, depending on the angle and everything. Sherman Rangers are going to try and make their presence known here. And yes, they're still holding up behind this haystack. Trying to continue to advance slowly. If they can take out that 3-inch gun, the Panther can just start advancing a little bit more easily. It is suppressed, which is going to allow the Panther to move with its machine guns. The Grenadiers can start advancing. They've actually pinned the 3-inch. It's going to make it an easy target. Sherman on the flank though. Oh, that's a primal grenade. Oh. He's going straight to fire again. Will penetrate is the question. Oh, that's penetrated. That's going to force that path to pull back. Over Blitz is being requisitioned to help with the repairs. With a second Panther already on the field now. That's going to be difficult. Here's a Jumbo Sherman. This could actually be a decent threat. Back remains pushing up. We're trying to take a shot. Fails to penetrate. Gets penetrated in return though. But his high health and high armor does reduce the damage. Now gets to survive a few penetrating rounds. Well, neither side's making a move over here yet. So the tank fight is going to be around here. Neither side is sure what to do again. Back to the stalemate. There's a lot of good maneuvering in this 1v1, I'll say. So far, everything is just looking fine. I've flared there from the Americans. Germans are gonna fly on their own flare. They have been spotted because of it. Germans know where the Jumbo is. Grenadiers have formed up down here. Probably wait to follow this other Panther. Panther is on the move, and the Panzer IV as well. So the Germans are doing a full assault. They just see the infantry move up with them. Grenadiers need to get into action, move with the tanks. Planes penetrated. Oh, shouldn't penetrate as well. It's gonna force one Panther back. Smoke popped. The Jumbo is just bouncing rounds. Oh, mobility almost gonna be lost there on the Panzer IV. And the armor on that Jumbo is just holding on. Panzer IV has been immobilized though, so it's an easy target. Panzer IV gets taken out. Panther needs to be very cautious here. Jumbo is actually a threat by the looks of it. Oh, they get penetrated there. Gonna force the Jumbo to stay back. Yeah, Germans got another Panther at this point, I'm not sure. If they get the manpower, we could see a third Panther. That would be a lot of panthering. I don't think the Allies can keep up if Panther's getting added, as long as the Germans maintain the infantry presence as well. German tries to threaten the northern flank. Panther's quickly moving to relocate, because the Panther is very mobile. They can quickly move to wherever it's needed. Explosive fails to hit. This buys the Panther more time to get to the position. The Sherman realizes what's going on and can hear the engine. You don't want to be anywhere near where a Panther is if you're just a basic Sherman. Because the Panther should just be able to penetrate you and do big issues. Force big issues. German manpower income is starting to lower though. Whereas the American one remains somewhat healthy.
Armor ready. Get ready for action.
Panthers do have a high upkeep after all. That really lowers down your requisition. Looks like the Germans gonna tear for a Panzerhalle. What that'll mean we'll see a command Panther to organize the Panthers, or a King Tiger even. You see a King Tiger, that's gonna be a little bit ridiculous, but that's gonna take a while for the Germans to get. especially with 2 Panthers on the field, because these 2 Panthers are taking up a lot of the upkeep. Jumbo needs to be cautious. It's going to try and take out that pack gun apparently, and fails at hitting it. There goes 1 hit. The hit should take it out entirely. Clearly they have issues aiming. There we go. Second Jumbo is being repaired, which will certainly be a little bit more of an issue for the Panthers. Because having 2 Shermans that can just bounce all their rounds is going to be a problem.
Squad, get ready.
Wait till they're on the flank. Pulse grenadiers are present with MP40 still to try and hold. Those are just Pulse grenadiers. The Wehrmacht's grenadiers are getting back into position. Sherman's prodding on the northern flank again. Extras round being loaded. Overshots. Barely. Use emphasis moving into position. 54 2 minutes to clip them. You know, the other MG42 might be in trouble. Especially with that rifle grenade. Yeah, clearing them out.
Enemy has killed a machine gun crew.
The Suga team cannot hit from there. Other Panthers present here near the center. Pack. It's a good shot there on the Jumbo. It actually manages to behind the turret, but the Jumbo still manages to penetrate the Panther. And now the Jumbo's in a bad position. Panther could try to get a flanking shot here. It's going to try and shoot through the terrain. And actually hits and destroys it. Good shot! Real good shot there, Panther. That's the power of that high velocity gun. Having a high velocity gun means you can somewhat ignore some of the terrain, I think. At least depending on what kind of terrain it is. The Panther's just overall a very good tank. Probably the best medium tank in the game, I'd imagine. Because it is a medium tank.
Now we can see them before they see us. You read something?
Despite how big it is very huge. The Panther's heading to the north flank here to help hold. Cover has been destroyed over these grenadiers.
Are seizing a sector.
There was somewhat easy target, but the Panther's moving up to provide support here. But the Panther moves up as well. I suppose it does clear out the squad though. Now a double Panthers here. That's not going to be an easy position for the Americans to stay at for long. Hang on, the team is waiting around. That's going to be their Ranger squad potentially. Yep, cleared out by the machine guns. I suppose we're unloaded here by the Panther in for the Rifleman squad. Hits the cover. Doing some good damage. The American AT guns are in position here to cover this open area. American Recon team might not make it. We are going to see a King Tiger! Holy shit! Okay, Nobby actually is going for the King Tiger. That is quite a move. Will it pay off, I wonder? I'm curious to see if that'll pay off. The Panther so far still have a lot of work to do till the King Tiger arrives. Still, I'm not expecting Nobby to actually manage to go for a King Tiger. Let's see. You could almost get 2 more Panthers for a King Tiger. Almost. That is a very expensive tank. We'll see if it'll pay off. Ranger Company does like anything heavier than the Jumbo. So it might actually work out unless it moves onto a mine and the mine just stops it. The mines can be very bad against heavy tanks. Well, isn't bad for the heavy tank. Not bad against heavy tanks. Grenades going in. Forcing the Rangers out. Now the Rangers can just open fire. Those folks gonna are in deep trouble. Like a pineapple and then moving in. Very smart. Oh, the pineapple did not work. Still, I think. Oh! And before it's actually got a good shot in. But still, the Rangers did win out. Panther's gonna relocate southwards to help hold that ground. And looks like some grenadiers and some pioneers on the move. German infantry is somewhat being thinned out. Well, the tanks can be quite expensive on the manpower upkeep. More smoke going out from the Americans again. But the King Tiger is soon going to be here. And the King Tiger is going to make it very interesting. At least looks like the Jeep finally got completely destroyed. It's reckoned been sitting there since the early parts of the match. King Tiger is now running on the battlefield. But what can the Americans do to stop that, I wonder? Because it depends on where the Germans decide to use this thing. Like, if they could use this as a beachhead or spearhead to break through here, that's a lot of AT still. Another Ranger squad is being prepared by the Americans. The Americans do have a lot more units on the field. But these three Panzers, if they can coordinate and push through something, they might be too much for the Americans to stop. The Panther's gonna lead the way. 80 guns having a good, an easy time today. Able to actually penetrate it. Engine burning. Vision block damaged. But the jumbo almost got destroyed. Oh! Well, the Panther got decrewed, but it can't be recovered. And the Germans quickly moved to recover it. Anyway, the Americans are trying to assault down here, and so far it's succeeding. Grenadier squad doing their best to hold, but they've been suppressed by the Rangers. And with that, though, that Grenadier squad is not going to make it anywhere. As you can see. Oh, it's quickly relocating up here. King Tiger has to relocate, but it's going to be an easy target for the American AT guns as it moves. Suddenly, the Americans can just push down here. The Americans cannot fight the King Tiger head on in the normal way. They have to be tricky about this. The Grenadiers are ready to take the points again with the King Tiger for support. I'm trying to see if they can loot into a mine. Where are the mines down here? Barely see them. There's one. They're very hard to spot. And that's intentional.
Alright, all done here.
The Panthers are being prepared for action again. Just nice and quiet on the battlefield again. And we're even going to see a King Tiger. Wow, Nobby's bringing out all the heavy panzers for this one. King Tiger making its advance down here. I suppose one being loaded. 3-inch gun has been set up. Another 3-inch gun has been prepared. The Americans bring out a lot of 3-inch guns now. Which makes sense. They need something that can actually threaten this King Tiger. And will Ironside make that push? Both sides are quite equally matched at the moment, but I think once this Tiger arrives and... But the Germans are lacking infantry. The Germans have like no infantry to help support the panzers. Ooh, this could be bad. Well, the Allies have all the infantry they could ask for here. All the 80 guns they could need. Right along the front again. Smokes are being utilized again, I think. Yep, more smoke shells. Also, mostly being exclusively used for smoke, which is actually good to see. It's a very good utility weapon. I realize there's a tank moving on that flank. I think the Americans also realize, but the pack seems to be enough to deter the Sherman. That's a lot of heavy panzers though for the Wehrmacht. Especially with that Tiger tank now arriving. You have a King Tiger, a Tiger tank, and 2 Panthers. As well as a Hauptmann without his vehicle. Help oversee the tanks. You can call in artillery barrages, so let's see how that turns out for them. While this is going on, we also have a US Major in the field. And the US Major for Ranger can use the Long Tom barrage. That's a very expensive one munitions-wise. But Long Toms, I think, can destroy some of these panzers here. I need to see. The Major has been detected. And takes some shots here with his M1911. Against the German Hauptmann up here. It's MP40. More mines also being laid here by the echelon. We see the Panzers attempt to push. It looks like the German Panzers on the move. We're gonna push the northern flank. 80 guns are doing their best here. Anti-tank teams are prepared. One bazooka misses. German Hauptmann is calling in an artillery strike. It's gonna be 18 centimeter precision. Or 10.5 centimeter, not 18 centimeter. 10.5 centimeter. But can he actually make it? He's under fire from the Major. Looks like he will manage to get the artillery strike off, potentially. Yep, artillery strike going in. Tiger tank leads the way. But it's all tank on the team they get taken out. Range guns are opening fire. Jumbo's staying at range. Tiger tank did take a hit. Tiger tank, it does have less armor probably than the other panzers here. The man tank has arrived. But the Phoenix guns are just laying a lot of fire in. Panzer IV command tank has been taken out. The German panzers need to back off. There's just a lack of German infantry to support the push here. Because without the infantry to push the tanks, or to support the tanks will lay down a lot of fire on their own as they advance. And all those 80 guns are doing a lot of good job just being continuous salvos. The Americans attempt anything, are they gonna simmer for a long time and aim it at the right time? Well, it's taken a lot of time to call this one in. 60 seconds. But that's because it's a very powerful ability.
Rear echelon squad ready for action.
It basically is for an area denial thing more than anything, because the enemy will know when it's coming. It does last a while though. 12 rounds. But if the Major can call it in somewhere you don't want the enemy to move for a while, I'd say it's worth it. Mate has been suppressed here.
Light gun carrier tank ready.
Scott is also arriving here for the United States to provide some light artillery support. German tried to prod down here. Just trying to be an annoyance, I think. His path is not fully repaired yet. Its main gun loader is injured. Hides close around on that Ranger squad. Misses. Jumbo's moving in to try and fight back. Lots of mobile action here. Also the Tiger tanks on the move.
Officers can now be called in to rally our troops.
And neither side probably knows what to do still. Because both sides have been very good just repulsing the other's attacks. But the American army is looking way bigger at the moment.
All right, fellas. Final checks.
Panthers are fully repaired and ready to go into action again. Tiger tank, while it does have the most impressive armor compared to the Panther or the King Tiger frontally, still has the 88mm gun, which will be a problem for the Jumbos, I reckon. Because the 88mm gun is still very impressive. The Howman is going to call in an artillery strike. Probably aiming around there with the precision strikes. Scott's calling in some kind of artillery strike. Oh, great! He kills the Howman! That prevents the artillery strike from happening. You know, the Jumbos are starting to move up. Also, the Panzer's just going to make a move. They're deciding it's now or never. Driver into there thanks to the guns. Realty lost there on the Tiger tank. The Tiger tank has been cleared out. Oh! And one Panther gets taken out. The Americans have really just lured the Germans into a very bad position there. I do not think the Germans were prepared to attack that position yet. The Americans also about to get a shimmer with the 105s. They're going to start laying down artillery fire. A very good play here from Theo, and Theo is also prodding at the flanks constantly. Just trying to close the news to the German position. Because the Germans have invested so much in their heavy tanks that they don't have the manpower for infantry to cover the flanks. And the Americans are taking full advantage of that. Very much as they should. That's very much the advantage of many of the Allied factions, is you can have a lot more field presence. Oh, A2 got shot down pretty bad by the Panther. Trying to shoot for the terrain there, but fails. King Tiger needs to do something, I reckon. But the Scot keeps just harassing a little bit. Another target tank being prepared. After has been detected out in the open. Gets mowed down by the Jumbos. King Tiger pushes forward slowly. The American field presence is just so big at this point. But the Americans need to find some way they can push through. But when and how? That is the question. And now the 105 Sherman is opening fire. Use the advantage of being basically a mobile howitzer. You know, more Sherman, maybe my 776 are going to be arriving to support the other Shermans. The Americans are probably gearing up for a tank assault of their own. Probably going to be all across the front. Just need the right time to do it. And the Scot is slowly harassing the AT guns. If they can clear those out, they can start their tank advance. And with all the infantry support, they can definitely threaten those Hunters. Nice one being loaned here by the King Tiger aim for the Rangers. Doesn't hit. Hits the regular Tiger. You know, the Jumbos are just doing rapid fire on that Panther. They're forced back. But now they might be in range of the King Tiger, and they don't want to risk to fight a high velocity 88mm. Even despite their heavy armor, they do not want to face that. High velocity 88 from a King Tiger is really damn good. Sure enough, the Allies are soon going to have enough to just overrun the position. Like Rangers, even Veterans 5 up here now. We have the replacement Tiger now arriving. Let's speed up time a little bit. Ah, okay, looks like we're about to reach the end anyway. Looks like a few is starting to assault though. Just going for the flanks, and indeed, the Shermans are assaulting out across the open. They gotta go shut down the Tiger. All the Shermans are gonna try and wiggle around the flanks. The Shermans just need to start pushing. They need to overrun the entire front line. The Shermans just need to keep pushing. That Jumbo is still taking a lot of heat. It's that also 76 getting on the flank. No penetration though. Smoke popped, buy itself some time. But the Jumbos keep trying to pressure. And the 88mm is just doing a good job there from the King Tiger. Where's the American infantry? Where are they pushing up here or something? Probably. Because I feel they had American infantry support alongside it, they could do a lot of work. But the Jumbos are pulling back for some repairs. Another 76 German is being prepared.
We're losing a capture point.
What can the Americans do at this point? The Germans are getting another Tiger. I'm not sure how Nobbygops is getting all the resources for all these heavy tanks, but whatever suits their boat, they just really have no infantry to support them. Like 1 or 2 squads of Panzer Grenadiers could probably do a lot of work alongside them. At least just in my opinion. I'm sure they know better than I do, of course, though. They're the one actually playing. They probably have a plan in mind. I can only voice what I personally feel about things. My Yoda from the previous command Panzer IV tank.
We have a full squad.
Just moving up to hold the flank there.
Infantry advancing!
So far, not a lot is happening. Let's speed up time again a little bit. Just a little bit of prodding on the flanks as usual. Artillery going in. While the Tiger arrives. And one side has to make a push at some point soon. Americans are going for the center here. I suppose being loaded here by the King Tiger. Americans to take the point.
Our MG-42 has arrived. Panzerkampfwagen Tiger awaiting orders.
Stugi is also arriving here for the Germans. They're just throwing things out of the field. Yeah, okay. Nobby is pushing. I guess Nobby's gonna wait for those Stug A's before they push. Oh, but the Americans are making a move. And that just cost them a Sherman doing that. For hitting the side by an 88. The Stug A's are arriving. Stug A's are very good with high explosive, I think. They're good at dealing with AT emplacements and similar. And yeah, now the Stugs are here, and indeed, with that, the Germans are pushing. That's a lot of armored vehicles. The Americans do have a lot of AT equipment here. But so far... Oh, yeah, gun missing on one Tiger. Stugi taken out. They know what to target. One Sherman gets taken out there. But all the AT weapons just weren't proving too much here for the German Panzers. So many bazookas. But the Shermans are taking heavy losses. King Tiger gets taken out. And Theo calls the GG here, apparently. But yeah, it looks like it's over here. At least it looks like they have some good games. That's good. Perhaps I should consider trying to play with victory points and see how that works. Rather than these long slogging matches. That's just a personal opinion. Yep. I hope you all enjoyed this one. And I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.